Alright, coming back with another video here, just going over my current AR build as it is, what I've done to it, what it started out as. So this originally started its life as a 16-inch, I forget what brand it is, Eagle Arms by Armalite. Like I said, it started as a 16-inch upper, which was a fixed carry handle and fixed front sight post. I was young and stupid at one time, and I bought a 18-inch AR Stoner upper. I know, AR Stoner, everybody likes to rag on them. It worked for what it was. I didn't have any problems with it, but it was kind of a long and heavy rifle, so I wanted to change some stuff. So I went with a 14.5 barrel from Faxon, and I chose a JP Enterprises 3-prong for my muzzle device, pin and welded that. As far as the rest of the attachments that go on this gun, they're pretty simple. I've got a Streamlight Rail Mount 2 on one of the 45-degree mounts. I've got a Somo Gear end gall. Its pressure switch is up here. You can see the dot on my thumb there. When I'm shooting with night vision, the red dot comes out of the bottom emitter, and the IR one comes out of the top emitter. And people wondered if it gave any splash on my hand. It does a little bit, but to me it's not very noticeable. At least it doesn't bother me much. Next I got a EOTech EXPS 3-0, and then behind that I have the G45 5x magnifier. For other things that are just, mostly cosmetic, I guess I would say, would be the paint job. And I just wanted to change up the dust cover. It's not anything major. It's just a Strike Industries one that I just put in because I felt like it looked better than the original stock. Trigger, I'm kind of forgetting what trigger I put in now. It's a single stage 3.5 pound trigger. I will say this is a clear firearm. There's no ammunition in it. See, there's no take up at all on it. Very crisp, clean break like a glass rod. And the reset, really light. If I can figure out what trigger this is, I will put it in the description. I put it in a couple years ago. I've had it run reliably. I did have to take out the screws and re-Loctite them because they had rattled loose. I've done a lot of shooting with this. I'm gonna guess around 1,500 rounds. Some people would say that's a lot, some people would say that's not a lot. To me, it's a lot because, ammo is very expensive. Other things, Magpul K2 grip, BCM gunfighter grip, and a Magpul MOE stock. This is the one that locks and everything. It's got a lot of paint on it. It does get stuck sometimes. Eventually, one of these days, I might strip all the paint off and then paint it again. But the rifle works as is. I don't think I need to strip it down anytime soon to go over it again. Charging handles, Radian Raptor. I mean, that's pretty much it. This is a 14.5 I built to do, almost anything, except for probably precision rifle shooting. I like the 5X because I can target identify at a further distance, theoretically. And you can shoot further with magnification. That's just a fact. I like EOTechs. I have had some other red dots at points in times. I like EOTechs. I like the donut of death, where if you have a correct battle sight 0, you can use the bottom of the donut as your 7-yard hold, or like 7 to 10-yard hold. My end gall, well, it's an end gall clone. It's a Somo Gear. I want to be upfront with that. This is not a legit end gall. I've got it set at the same distance. I've shot out to about 50 meters with it with my night vision, and it seems like it's plenty accurate enough. This mount is an OMM. I did have to take the screws out and then put a ton of Loctite on them because I was noticing my magnifier, I would constantly have to adjust these knobs to get the reticle back in the center. And then one day I was messing around with it and I noticed that this was wiggling back and forth. So the screws, they weren't loose, but they weren't tight enough to keep this in place. Since I took them off, Loctited them, and put it back together, I haven't had that issue since. When I flipped the magnifier to the side and then back to center, I haven't had it, you know, way out of place or anything. It's pretty consistent. As far as my switches go, the switch in the back is what controls the stream light. Then in the front, that's what controls the end goal. As far as the end goal goes, I'm pretty impressed with it so far. It's held 0 over about, you know, I'm not counting just shooting at night, I'm counting all shooting that I've done with this rifle. Since I put this on, I've had about 500 rounds through it, and it's been pretty solid. It hasn't lost 0 or anything or shifted. The only thing that I do complain about that makes it kind of a pain is these adjustment screws are really, really small. And you got to use a very small screwdriver to adjust them. But other than that, I mean, it holds 0. The clicks on the knob are positive. So this one with a switch all the way to the front is the IR illuminator and the laser. This one is just the laser. This one is off. And then this one is the visible laser. If nobody's ever really messed with an end goal, that's what those ones do. But yeah, this is just a simple overview of this rifle. The next one that I throw up will be a review of my helmet setup and the current night vision that I've got on it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks, and come again.